Hi, we're Team 36 of Random Nature. My name is Gideon and this is Anthony. So the goal of our project is to create an automated dendrite production system. And the reason why we're trying to do this is because currently the methods used to build these artificial dendrites in the lab are all done by hand. It's a very slow and manual process. We're trying to automate this so that we can mass produce dendrites and get them to be a more commercially viable product. The reason why we're focusing on the mass production of dendrites is because these dendrites have the special property of being completely unique every single time that they're created. So each and every dendrite, no matter how many times you make one, similar to snowflakes, are completely unique. And by adding metallic particles to the dendrites, we can use them as identifiers for different objects or items in stores, such as produce or even cell phones. Here's Tony to talk about the real-world applications and the reason why we got interested in this project.
Hello, I'm Anthony. If you can remember the iceberg lettuce breakout that happened a few years ago, there was a major E. coli breakout, and due to that, all of the pharmacies and all of the restaurants and consumers had to throw away all the lettuce, and there was not any that was able to be sold for a few months. Due to this, we came up with the idea of a dendrite production system. Dendrites themselves, as Gideon stated earlier, are very particular and cannot be reproduced. Therefore, the user is able to scan the dendrite wherever it is on a fruit, if it's on lettuce, if it's on cabbage, anything, and the user themselves can find exactly where that produce was grown and if there were any substances or particles or any contaminants that labeled that fruit to be unhealthy. Through this process, we were able to create the automated process we have behind you, and we have Nikhil and Sebastian that will go ahead and take you through the steps of the process.
Hello, my name is Sebastian Mazzardi, and this is Nikhil, and we're gonna talk to you about the structure of our track.
Go.
We currently are using a power supply to fuel our track, running at 3.5 volts and 3.9 amperes. Second, we have the motor that powers the conveyor belt portion of our track. Third, then, we have a beam that's suspended above the track, which holds the second substrate. Then lastly, we have another 12-volt motor that powers the rolling aspect of our project. Now here's Nikhil with a live demo.
Go.
Now I'll be making a live demonstration of how the dendrite is formed. As you can see, I'm applying acrylic solution, which we're aiming about 3 microliters to 10 microliters. This might take a bit of process as the roller needs to rotate at a certain speed and certain pressure. So we'll get started with this. You can see the second substrate going over the first substrate, and we're going to turn the power supply on. And as the sticky roller rolls, we don't want the track to go at a very high speed. We need the dendrite to be squeezed at a particular point and particular pressure while it's moving forward to make those dendrites. In this process, we could confirm the sizes by taking consideration of the solution, and we could consider the aspect of making the dendrites through a certain amount of pressure. As you can see, the dendrites are being formed now. We are aiming about making about 6 dendrites for now. Alright, now we could see that there are dendrites being formed at particular places, like this one right here. If we could zoom into that a little bit. And then you could see that these are also mirror images of the dendrites being formed. And you can see the topography of it and why one dendrite is not as similar as the other. The different sizes right now are because of the fact that the acrylic solution put in wasn't a consistent 3 microliter to 10 microliter. You can see the size difference and how we can make different kinds of dendrites. Some of the samples we've had over here, which we made through this process, as you could see, this dendrite right here has an amazing topography, while these dendrites have a good topography but also different sizes that we could use for potentially as a barcode